Great and beautiful morning and evening to you all, wherever you are joining me at this moment. Welcome to 303 edition of Investdata Trading Academy Live with Ambrose. Volatility across the globe continue this hour. Even our local market can see that also that volatility is ongoing as we speak now in the market. We saw what happened the last two trading days. The sign we're seeing this morning here in the local market, we're seeing an extension of what of profit taking activities in the market as we speak. But when we come to chart, we'll discuss more on what is happening in the local market. But on the foreign scene, the market remains very volatile and on the strength of data and outcome of what the MPC meeting or call it a policy meeting, that is driving this sentiment in the matured market. Also coupled with the earning season that is already at its peak as most of the companies across the globe are releasing these numbers to their world. So the market, just as also seen in our local market, this period, it tells you that anywhere in the world, the power of any season cannot be overemphasized. That means that you as a trader or investor, this is the another angle of equity investment that made it different from other form of investment. That yes, the same fundamental, the same policy in terms of monetary economic policy, fiscal policy, comes to play around every economy. I think that like now today we're seeing a changing economic fundamental in our domain here. Also in foreign markets, also the same thing is happening. But concerns are also here because we're seeing the way the economy is slowing down in terms of activities. Because I always say that there are three major factors that drive economic activities. One is inflation, one is interest rate, and the other one is what national output. You can see also the national output in mature economy. We are seeing those pointing that yes, the economy is coming back. Why here we are yet to see our Q2 GDP to look at what the GDP is going to look like. What already we are seeing inflation is on the high side. We are seeing recent hike in rates. This I was saying whether we are in a an early stage of economic cycle, we know whether we are in the mid stage of economic expansion, or the the later expansion, or we're already at the peak of a contraction, or we're at the early contraction. When our GDP also come released by Bureau of Statistics, it gives us insight. But for what is happening in mature economy, we can only deduce and say yes that at the end of a Fed meeting on Wednesday, we saw the reaction that came that followed that market moved forward. Again, market extended their gain as at Thursday. We saw it. People reacting or investors or market players in that domain reacting to what to the outcome of MPC meeting because or their policy meeting, sorry, because they have already envisaged or forecast that yes, from every committee member they have given sign that they are going to do 25% of which they did in US and sectors rotation continue there. We are seeing activities increasing because the earnings that also came from different sectors there also were impressive. These are the things that also drove the market there in US. And as we speak this hour, that trend continue in that economy or in that environment. It tells you that there is something they are seeing that is driving what this momentum, despite the adjustment or kind of uptick in terms of rate hike. But like the Fed chairman said that the next rate meeting, policy meeting, is going to be a function of the data that will come, the information that will come around the economic data, macroeconomic data that inform whether they're going to adjust rate. Like I will tell you that the cankerworm or the conflict that in Ukraine and Russia is not helping matter. But still here in US, we have seen that the GDP that came for second quarter also beat expectation, expanding what they did in Q1. That's also a pointer that yes, they're likely to slow down, also post again in that meeting. If also the labor data or employment news or information also come favorable. But also don't forget that in that economy they don't joke with what the purchasing power of the people, which is the consumer price index and also producer index, producer price index. All this will form if there will be what there will be adjustment. But on the strength of the GDP, it's a sign that the economy is heading somewhere, and I believe that that is also have given more momentum this morning. As to speak, the US market has opened also on what on the north side. It's a good news for them this morning that the market is kind of extending what it did yesterday, an expansion of what the market did. Even the door of the policy was adjusted on Wednesday. It's a good news for that market, and that is how we also expect to see our market in that light. But today, in U.S. market, we expect to see the petroleum industry releasing more number, and that also give a clue. We are seeing the one that came from banking sector in that market. We are seeing the one that came from the big tech. Consider how that have changed the whole market, not only in U.S. that Western world, even Asia market, we saw how tech result and and investor interest in tech industry and tech stocks have changed the world, the narrative in that market. That is a good sign that earnings that are coming from that domain are also looking good. But right here, we come to discuss our own. We are seeing a mixed number in local market here. But that local number we're seeing is the point that there are some companies that are giving strong potential that they still have upside there, the high upside potential to rally. You as an investor, how you identify them, we'll come to that later in this class, or we're going to do more in the Q&A class by Saturday. As I was saying, US market has moved higher this morning. Good for me is a good one on the strength of what? The strength of earnings that are released so far, and also as big names, investors are waiting on big names to release the results from the mobile Exxon, Exxon Mobil, are looking for Chevron, all these and more other oil companies. This is the period yes we are seeing, and also because they also the intent report that came was a surprise profit. When you see a surprise earning, you see also surprise reaction, especially when there's liquidity. Now that they've seen GDP from for the second quarter, it's also in a sign that the economy is also coming back gradually. And don't forget that there's was a fresh kind of let's say assessment of the global economy, which you saw World Bank and IMF adjusting some growth rate in some domain and for the world for the global economy. These are the things also is also supporting the market over there. For me, it's a good day for investors in that US market or in that zone. We're seeing that Jones and also S&P and even Nasdaq, or they're all looking in green now as we speak, which is a good market for them. But don't forget also inflation depend, and now we're seeing that oil price has gone back to almost above $84 before pulling back to do around 83. But still, we're seeing a very strong resilience in oil price this period, even when it's adjusting down this hour. But we're seeing how it has moved in the last 3 months. Also, I see that also oil price likely to close this week also positive in green, and which is a good news for oil producing country. Like I said, Nigeria, if we're able to meet our quota and others in that align in the OPEC basket. These are the things we expect that also will influence the both economy of OPEC and all those also that are producing a country, because with this demand for high price will also be a plus. But I tell you that any season is a season that make us different from trader equity trader different from others. As we are seeing better number now across the globe. Also different sector, also like policies is affecting some sector in all this mature economy. Also we are going to see it here in our local market. You need to also adjust your adjust your portfolio to suit what is going on here in Nigeria. There's no cause for alarm. You don't need to run away from the market, but only that you invest with knowledge. And that's why we're doing this class, so that we can increase our knowledge and invest with confidence, so that when the market is flowing to, we're already have the portfolio that is how we call it like defensive portfolio or proof portfolio that no matter what comes around, we are already set to work to absorb shock. This is what we're doing right now in our portfolio. Oil price, like I said earlier, and oil movement still at the front burner of every investor, because at this earning season day, oil price, oil major oil companies are expected to also release their number. Like I said, we have mentioned oil price movement also. We agree that this is also a good news for the market, since June 30th to date, we are seeing oil price stabilizing, getting up to like more than getting to 13% in this few days from to date. This is a good one for oil companies and also the oil producing companies. It's a good news for us all, because these are what I believe that was so that. That's why the political activities in US in terms of former president and all those stuff, we see that confidence is coming back to the market, and this is how to see that in any capitalized economy, you see that investors are looking at how to do. That's why it's not because the purchasing power of Nigerians today is low because of high cost of living. I tell you, this is what we expect. If there's a turnaround, I feel that we'll see more participants in the market. But now that we're seeing people trying to survive first, we might not see more retail investors in the market, but institutional investors are the ones that will take over the market. And also, don't forget, our market has turned to international market, where we're seeing gradual return of the foreign investor. These are the things that also be driving the market up and down. Like today, also Friday, we expect that the Bank of Japan are also kind of losing their make their the same policy, retain their policy style and make it more flexible for government also to get kind of look forward to the controlling the government bond in this allow them also to be flexible beyond what it is before now. That is good for the economy, because I tell you, in all the climate where there will be rate adjustment, this bank has also remained on the negative side in terms of rate, and they maintain it even today is their outcome of the world of their meeting. As we speak now, they say that the Bank of Japan has also maintained its negative interest rate on Friday. To remove what this has sparked also uncertainties around the environment. But I believe that they understand how they have kept this negative interest rate up to date, and I believe that they also have a way of managing it. There's no cause for alarm. And this also happened also in a, around Asia zone. We are seeing that markets also not looking too good, but still a mixed market with higher uptrend in that domain. It's a good sign because I tell you the outcome of GDP from US and also adjustment of even ECB, ECB, rate, and also for European zone is also not hit or altering that market. We're also seeing a missed kind of missed, but still things are still looking good because we're seeing a strong earnings still coming from different companies in that zone, and also the help of also what is happening in UK. The zone is still pointing that yes, gradual return of progress in terms of economic also going to impact that zone, especially as we go into this second half of the year. We believe that activities, despite the war that's going on in Ukraine and Russia, that this eurozone that I know that it hit because it's happening in Russia and Ukraine. Also, we are adjust also to find a direction as we continue to digest what to digest corporate earnings that continue to hit that zone, and knowing that the decision of the central bank has also as expected. Despite that, earnings season continue and more numbers continue to hit the market, and most of them are positive in that zone. And I believe that's also supporting the market. That's why we're seeing a miss trade there. Some indices there are in green, while some are also in red. Here's the outcome of all eyes are now that in September was spread that the the European Central Bank is likely to pause in terms of rate hike. And if that is also support the sentiment that I believe that is also that boosted the market yesterday in that zone, and also going to continue until we get that. And also other data that will come in terms of also be driving this. Don't forget that as equity investor, you don't just go to the market to buy a loan. You need to look at what is likely to support the sector you are buying into or the company in the future. Like I said, that the past performance of any company is never a guarantee for the future, but when you see policies direction, either from monetary, from fiscal authority, going to support a sector or industry, that is why that to keen. Because when it starts reflecting, you will see it here. When we come back to our market, I'll mention some things that is happening in our market so that you understand that that is why you as investor you can now close your eye and also reposition your portfolio so that you have a good balance of it, that you have defensive stock, growth stock, value stock, and those that have good fundamentals to wait any direction. At the end of the day, you become what a portfolio that you can smile home with. As all eyes are still on inflation data, like I told you, for the month of July and August, that was also shape where the swing will go from most of these mature the central banks or what call it to know what to do. For me, there's no cause for alarm as we speak now. We'll come back to see what is happening in our local market here as we speak. It's very, very important that we know what is happening here so that at the end of the day, here is where we are trading because no market and it exists in isolation because the trend that's happening in mature market is likely to see here. On that note, we need to also keep this at the back of our mind so that when you are taking your decision, you know why you are buying into stores and also the reason why you are holding and the reason why also you are selling. Because there is something that will make you to buy into a company and also that will make you to sell out of a company, especially when you meet your target or there's information that is contrary to what attracted you. And also there's also an inflow that is also you have achieved your goal, you need to move out. Also, there's personal, you change your personal objective of being in the market, or your goal can also change your position in some store. These are the things that drive you selling off. Most times, it's when you have made profit, when there's a change in policy, and also what attracted is not there again. Also, there's a change in your own personal decision or your personal goal, what you want to achieve. That also trigger you to sell off some position and move. And that's why I say, I speak now. We're seeing more earnings local market here. And like I said earlier at the beginning, we've seen our market, for the 3 days now, for Wednesday, especially since outcome of the MPC meeting, where we have a rate hike of 25 basis points. And after that, on the next day, we saw that the Treasury bill option rate, also Treasury bill private market option rate, also was adjusted up. We saw the highest at 12.15%. The other one was 8, and the 180 days was 8%, and therefore for me, in the 90 days was 6%. Yes, they look good from where they are coming from, but I still tell you, because of the inflationary environment we are, this return for a whole year or for this period are still not there yet. But as a trader or investor, because you are in the market to make money, you want an environment, a window that will give you what you want, and that window is what the equity space where we are looking at now, because we believe that what will drive stocks prices are still there, and also I expect that info coming now is not only for local investors, but rather seeing more info coming, and all of these people that will come from foreign investors will also target some fundamental stock, and why they are rallying on might also drag others up. But you as a trader or investor, you should know why you are in the market. Let your goal guide you and invest along the line. But for those that are in buy and sell signal, that attend the premium class, we always guide you the stock to pick it down to stock to buy, and why we are buying them, and how to stay. You should also have your buy range, see your stop loss there, at the time your profit target, and that's why when that profit, the profit, we don't waste time, we don't hesitate to send a lot for you to also take that profit. But if you hesitate to keep it and hold back, that is personal decision. But we must always alert you so that we'll carry you along the line when it comes to what trading, also investing in our market. Because these are the major things that most investors or traders, especially in this part of the world, that I think that they lack. They know when to buy stock, but they know when to sell stock. And that's why after seeing your paper profit, at the end of the day, it becomes also a loss. Because when you saw the paper profit, you didn't take action. But for those in this class, our goal is to let you know that you must take action at the right time. And when you take this action, you should also reflecting on what you are doing on your bottom line, and that's why you can cash out profit, and also you smile at the end of the day. These are very, very key things that we need to know as trader or investor. Like I was saying, that we want to look at what is happening in our market. We are seeing that numbers of of company releasing earnings are has increased. We call it the influx of numbers of companies. Why I say influx? That as at the beginning of the month, which this is the earning season, because after the half year ended in June, we're about to see the result for Q2 for those that have first quarter for those that has March as year end. Why the half year for those that have December? These are what is happening in the market. Those that had also June as their to expect to see their unaudited account for what for the month of for unaudited account, like the one that came from Guinness, that is unaudited account for that period that ended, because June is the end of their financial year. Those that has March were expected to see their first quarter, which are managed from Airtel Africa, was one from Len Africa for University Press, and the rest are. And also I've seen all those full 6 months, which almost a good insight for everyone. For 6 months, we have seen a company result. It is a good sign for you to kind of forecast or project where they are going. But the numbers that hit the market so far to speak now, I'll tell you this is a missed number. Really missed number. We're already seeing impact of what this does economic changes on some of these sectors. The results are coming. Why some sectors are still outstanding in terms of performance, to guide investors to know what to do at this season. Because in any season like this, we're about to see increased volatility, which we are seeing. The pullback we are seeing now is not a result of only profit taking. People are repositioning their portfolio along the number that I've seen so far, so that at the end of the day, they are already in a company that has posted that their future is pointing toward a bigger picture, not the past. But I tell you that any power of any company is very, very key. And what that will boost a company earning power is what you and I should be looking at, so that we can position. And when the earnings are coming positive, you see that price will feed on these earnings that are coming, even though it's coming on a periodical period, periodically, periodically, like quarterly as well, normal. As we are seeing this number, for Q2, and now investors will be positioning to see how the Q3 will look at. Don't forget that Q3 is very, very important when it comes to what equity investment. Earnings there will tell you exactly where the companies you are positioning, where they are heading to, so that you also can take advantage toward the end of the year. Knowing that the last quarter of the year is where we for mostly most active activities anywhere in the world in terms of equity market, or also in terms of economic activities. That's why we need to understand all this, because we're investing for the future, we're trading for the future. The past performance is just a guide, it's never a guarantee, because what is average is what we expect the price to go up, and that's why we invest and watch all those things playing out in the market. Yes, before we go looking at the earnings that we're going to discuss, these earnings are, like I said, there are many so far now. We're going to discuss them, but the table of these earnings will be ready so that in our meeting tomorrow, or the upper one, because we're having a guest speaker tomorrow to tell us how to position our portfolio in this uncertainties we are seeing of economic concern, the sectors that are looking good, where we should put our money, because we need to position your portfolio and on the strength of this number, and that's what we'll be discussing tomorrow. And we'll have a guest speaker who's also an MD of a stockbroking firm that play this market not only just for the client, self pedigree, and also we're seeing what he's doing, and they're going to come and share those strategies for those in that group by tomorrow by 12 noon. Or if you are not there, it's an opportunity for you can also be a member of the premium class, so you can also get this share and also position along because it's already preparing. We was spoken this morning. I told me that it's on preparation for what it's going to deliver in that special class. Why special? Because every month in Investdata will have a guest speaker that come to share his own view. Apart from me and others that are also in that group, every month somebody has to come and share. We also tap on it and also improve our confidence and also our our bottom line at the end of the day. That's the essence of that kind of every month we bring so that at the end of the year we also actually bring new different fields apart from me and others. We also have shared what they are doing in the market, where the market is going, that will become a better investor and trader. Yes, quick one before we look at those few earnings we're looking, because I tell you what to discuss only few, because on them we're going to have a table where we can discuss it more. But they're coming to start with that. They are still key number. We have not yet finished the numbers we are keen. But as we speak now, market as of now pull back, almost trading flat at what 65,000 as we speak now. Yes, the market have touched almost 66,000, almost 17 before pulling back. It has been I touched all time high of that 6,000 and 17.90 before pulling back. Speak now, market have adjusted within these 3 days. I've seen that market is already doing a 65,074.12. The market is done now at this hour with a 408.79, almost no market is almost down now 0.6%, 0.6%, around 0.58. This is what the market is moving right away. But if you look at the market breadth is bearish by having about 32 losers against just 8 gainers in this morning or this afternoon as we speak now. But if you look at the top losers, we are seeing Nigerian Brew there, John Holt, Capri, DSK and Champion Blue. These are the top losers. And for those that are in the market, know that investors don't treat you well when you are doing badly. Once you are doing badly, market treat you the way you come. All these ones companies I mentioned, I'll tell you, it's only John Holt said that is profit taking. Others as a result of what the numbers they are posted. For DSK profit taking, we're yet to see the number of DSK, but for others, numbers are hitting the market, and these numbers are not looking too good. For that, investors are also moving forward. They save even where to go. But if you look at the gainers chart now, that's why there are few. I can see a company that's already on the listing voluntary list already is still leading the market. So you have to be very careful. We saw finally after Aduba have started said cut here and there, investors here and there, they finally exit the market at what other 17 naira something, even without adjustment they added. Also, this company that's leading here now, what we call a COVID business solution is already on on a delisting list voluntarily. We have to be very careful. Don't know the price they are going to delist so that you also be hooked. If you know that you are bought at a low price, at this price is doing now, don't stop for taking your profit. As soon now is not leading the path for gainers now, followed by Unity Bank. Unity Bank, like I said, yes, market might have followed expectation for the industry might have pushed it up to this level, but you have to trade that stock with caution. Despite that it's going in, this is a company that as to speak now has a negative shareholder from about 274. No, despite the number they are posting in the Q1, you should know that when a company has a negative shareholder, it's just because you don't know what CPN governor or CBN have stated that all this why other companies that have banks that have gone on nationalization, those that have negative shareholders from remain there. You have to also play with caution. If you are here, just eat with what with a longer spoon. Once you are in profit, you know how to do that overnight. You know how Skybank was nationalized. Well, after trading that same day, before 4, the same company that was traded that day was nationalized by the central bank. You have to also be very careful. You need to know how this at the back of mind. Yes, we are seeing Transcorp. We are not surprised in Transcorp here. The number we saw yesterday is a pointer where they are going. A departure from the first quarter result we have seen in Transcorp. Not what number that I posted earlier for the same company in that industry, which is a Gregu, that have sent a kind of miss expectation to this company. But with the number being released yesterday, we have seen that Transcorp number shows that they are headed somewhere with a performance. If that trend is sustained, the company I don't see selling below 7 naira before the end of the year. Because if you have it only that the payout ratio or the dividend policy is what the company to also change. Now that also the major players are also increase their stake, I believe that this is the time they should also start changing their payout policy, and also because of the utility sector area, whether you like it or not, I'll tell you there will be demand for light because we need light dividend. For me, it's a stock to watch and being among the top gainers today Friday as market react to result. It's okay, good one, but also have in mind that it's a stock that you can also watch Then we are seeing next in that category is NACO. And NACO result, we're going to discuss it in this class briefly. I will have seen SACO result also, and this is a clue that what likely to look like, for Carbaton. Carbaton is like the penny stock in that industry now, in that airline service that are doing well. So we have seen the result that came from SACO, or what we call it Skywave Aviation. Skywave Aviation. One now NACO result also come. I'll tell you this number is fantastic. Look at the price SACO is selling almost 23, and I say NACO this kind of number they posted now, selling around the 19, 20 or 20 naira. For me, the stock is still undervalued. Where they're going with any pressure I'm seeing there, like one naira 19 kobo for Q2 or half year, you can easily forget that nothing less than 2 naira 40 kobo or 2 naira 50 kobo will come, and this company forget their payout ratio is high, and if they are doing anything 2 naira or 3 naira, I tell you that dividend of 2 naira to 50 will come on that, and 12 naira are below 55 naira. That means on the strength of this number, for those that are looking for dividend income, we see potential if this trend is sustained in their Q3 and the final year, nothing less than 250 kobo dividend is likely to come from this company. Knowing their payout ratio as a proof, not only that they are the competent investor in this company. I see potential here. Now that the stocks are available compared to SACO that is not available in the market, it's for investors that are thinking that where it should be now. I think this is the place you should start looking at as well as investor. Then also we're seeing R2B school. I'll tell you, it's a penny stock. How to play penny stock now. I see that most penny stock results are coming. We're seeing some improvement. I saw the one that came from Champ. I saw the one that came from Lasaku. We're looking to see what comes from Chi. But the one that came from Champ was a good number. Very, very impressive. I like that number. If that trend is sustained, yes. Also, we're seeing the one that came from some oil company. These are the things that we're looking at. The one that came from banking, the one that came from insurance. I can see when there is a change in price in anything, it has impact on what on the company. Remember when the cement industry, where they increased price newly, you saw the number they are posting, but the one that came from Boa Cement now, I see yes, it's a marginal growth for me from about 600 and something billion to 68 billion, roughly I was to 63 from either 61 to 63, from 61 billion to 63. That's about no no. Some is still marginal, depend on the volume of them, but let's see and see. But I tell you, as an investor, you need to play around all this now that the market is at this peak of the earnings season. Between now and Monday, more results will come. This weekend, we're going to see more results on that portal, on that platform of the NGS. You need to also keep your eyes there. Yeah, this morning we're seeing that UBA is also leading in terms of volume traded, and I'm not surprised that UBA is doing that because there's a lot of potential in UBA being an Africa, Pan Africa bank that also we're seeing performance. I believe that when the number comes, we're going to see better things. But I believe that the price has gone up. All these banks that are into trading dividend, we expect them to kind of cheap post or kind of adjust upward so that the dividend will make meaning. But if they continue to pay what they are paying at the current price, it will make money to investor. But what investors are looking at is what the strength of the earnings that will support a higher payout at the end of the year. Knowing that most of them they pay more at the last year, they find the final dividend of the year, especially into dividend paying company. This also will change the face of what of the banking certain sectors result. Now that we have seen that results that come so far there are impressive. We saw the one that came from FBN Holding, as I said earlier, the one that came from ETI. We have seen the excellent result that came from Wima Bank. All others to look at what is going to come from Sterling Bank, FCMB, Fidelity, and others that are industry. We have seen also to see what's coming from what from Stanbic IBTC. These are the things investors will. I believe that there's still more room for those company banking stocks to go up. As to speak now, most of the banks are closely on their value, despite the market is looking up here. And I tell you that in the banking sector and others that led this, especially the oil sector and the bank that led this rally, but still some of these banking stocks are still very, very low. Like I said, as we speak now, UBA is trading at 14 naira 40 kobo, 39.2 million shares, followed by Japan. Japan is also around around 97 kobo, 30 point something, 30.4 million shares so far. Transcorp 380 at 24.1 million shares. Fidelity is doing as we speak now, still at 8 naira 55 kobo, 22.9 million shares. Access Corp is also 1740 at 17.5 million shares. This is the state of the market. Like I said, that we want to look at some of these results that hit the market, especially I want to look at the results that came from NACO. Why we do comparison later because of our time. We'll do comparison more tomorrow at the class. Yes, let me look at my time. Sorry. if that, oh, this earnings, I'll just look at NACO only this hour, then we cannot go look at the others in that class tomorrow and next because of our time. We want to come back to the chat to see before because already we have less than 3 minutes for the session to go. But let me quickly show you the results that were released from NACO so that you can see what I said you should realign your portfolio in the service sector, which we have said, and I believe that most of us that are have been following us have done for now, because that is the only way for you to stay ahead of the market. Because if you are there, you are seeing this positive number coming from those industry, you don't need to panic. Rather, any pullback in those companies on that sector is for you to accumulate more, because we already see at the end of the day, you are in for a better deal. Because when company earnings is looking up, the price is expected to go in that direction. So speak now, if you look at the half-year result that came from NACO, I'll tell you this is the person number one. Discuss SACO before now. That's right. Let me look at let's discuss what we're seeing in no, NACO now as to speak. NACO any gross earnings move from 6.48 billion to 10 no 10.49 billion. You can see a growth of more than getting to 48% increase we are seeing here. For me, it's a good one for them. And if you look at the PAT of this company right away as to speak now, I see that the PAT moved from 958.1.3 for 36 million to 2.3 billion. You can see from almost more than 200% we are saying there. For me, it's a good one forward for NACO, and that's also that translates to earning per share of as I said earlier, to an earning per share of 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 1 naira 19 kobo against 59 kobo posted the previous year. You can see on this line you can forecast that nothing less than 250 for the full year and 3 naira attainable, and you expect to see nothing less than 250 as dividend at the end of the day. Let's watch. For me, these are how to invest. This company that has strong numbers, and to make sure that you position your portfolio in that direction. Quick one, let's come back to our chart. Yes, I told you last time that for the last 2 days, this is strong bullish candle which is in green, that until market breakdown, I'll take out this one. I will say that market is on what? On a real pullback, and that will give you a value pullback that you know that yes, it has taken away the trend. Now, as we speak, if you draw a trend line now, you can see that you want to do it now, even though our time is not there, because this is how we learn, so that next time when we're analyzing, you can equally do the same thing. If you draw this line up here, up here, up here, you can see that as we speak now, the market is about to break down the trend line, and once that happens, it confirms that the market is now in a downtrend. Market has been on a distribution, but once it breaks out this trend line, that is a market on a decline, and what we're looking at another support level. Now it's already at that level where it peaked. Most about to take out this strong gain that he recorded here that put the market to 6,017.90. Now market was already taking that up when the market gained 1.1 that day. They're about to take it up, take it off again. Once market take it up, that will confirm a downtrend. But I tell you, there's no cause for alarm. Only that now that this trend is happening, it's for you to protect your portfolio, what to go into stock that has value, and those defensive stock is what you should be doing now. Quick one, let's call our indicators. Like I told you that you look at what the market is doing now. We are seeing a kind of a lower low now, even though it was in a lower low now. You can see what's breaking down that is a lower low, but it is still a pullback. But once it break down the T line, that's in a lower, a higher low. Sorry, no, a higher low we're seeing, because it's time to pull back, not a lower low, higher low we're seeing now from the market. But that also guide us on what to do. Quick one, want to call out our T line to confirm where the T line is. As market breaking down the T line as we speak now, once we're able to confirm that, we know exactly also what to do. What is the market doing? What is our money flow doing? And these are the things that we'll quickly look at because of our time. Then we'll continue from here by God's grace on Monday to get the whole gist. But it's good that we were able to share something that will guide us in our decision this morning, at this hour, as the market continues. Yes, to speak now, if you look at the trend now, you can see that the market is flat on the T line. It's a confirmation that here market profit taking activities. Once it break down this T line, it's a time for you to exit position and watch for those that are traders and watch, because tell you that once we get that market is on the downtrend, wait, take profit already. I've been saying that before now, that profit taking is part of market dynamics, so that you only know when to do that when you are trading your what, you are trading your plan. Because before you enter the market, have a go and have the kind of stock, and your plan will guide you on what to do. Yes, we might not be able to discuss further more because our time is fast spent here. That means by Monday, look at some earnings again and also other things in the market. But I'll tell you now, market is on a pullback. Also, if you quickly look at your money flow, it's already telling you below 70, it's a sign that market is also they are profit taking and funds are leaving the market. But all that on what the new ministers that have been, their list have been sent to the National Assembly, when they take office, the new police are coming to kind of guide and do more in that sector where they were assigned to the portfolio. But I believe that that will also come. But now the list is not doing much now because people that are in that list. But I believe there are some technical there that also respect where they are assigned to see a change. That's why you as a trader or investor or player in the market, you must understand all this how to play out in the investment work. On this note, I say thank you. See you on Monday, hopefully. For others, we meet at the live class for PRK tomorrow with our guest speaker tomorrow. See you and enjoy the rest of your trading day. Bye.